And we are tracking all the developments from London, just outside Buckingham Palace and the Wembley Stadium, where the Prime Minister would be making his appearance at both the venues. Anjana Kashyap joins us from inside the Wembley Stadium, and of course Lavina Tandon, who's been tracking all the developments. She's outside the Buckingham Palace. Now Anjana, let me come to you first. When Narendra Modi went to the US, he got a grand reception at Madison Ground. Then, by his own confession, he said, in Dubai, that he is seeing a mini India. He replicated the same in, San Jose. What is the sense that you're getting, from London when you spoke to the people out there? How big is this event going to be eventually?
It's really going to be big, Avantika, because any flavor of India, ask for it, and it's right here. With the Bollywood songs playing here, Avantika, I'm sure you can make out, because dhol, nagade, baje, or the kind of Bollywood drama we're going to see here, you can see that unveiling already, because we're showing to our viewers right away the stage and the final rehearsals. You can see these are the final dance performances, full dress performances that you're seeing, Avantika, right now happening on the stage. The two rangolis are laid out, and also there's a way in which this entire event is connecting to the diaspora here through social media. Motivation, what's your motivation? For innovation, they've written Modi before and said, what's your motivation? So for motivation, whatever, they're asking for ideas from people. So they're connecting through social media. All this Bollywood drama is happening. Amazing excitement within people here in the Indian diaspora, and they're all, I'm sure, like be it Madison Square Garden or any other big event that the Prime Minister has done. The performance here and the grand look that you see at the Wembley Stadium, the best and the greatest football matches are played here. But today when you see people gathering here outside with the Tirangas and the Vande Mataram slogans, this promises to be one of the most amazing evenings, not just for the Indian diaspora, but I think Indian viewers throughout the world.
And why don't you tell us about Wembley Stadium here? It's so huge. It boasts of bars, restaurants. I mean, the seating capacity in itself is 90,000, Anjana. There are no obstruction to the views, and this has been host to some of the most, big events. Big football matches have happened, and we've seen the kind of atmosphere that happens during a big final. One can only expect what will happen when an Indian Prime Minister speaks to a strong, Indian diaspora.
Absolutely. Wembley Stadium must have seen, I was just talking to the organizers here, and I was saying they must have seen the most amazing football matches over here. But have they ever witnessed something like this, that a Prime Minister or a President has ever addressed people here? And there was like, we've seen huge posters here of Robin Williams or the other performers. So rock stars have been performing here, but Prime Minister Modi probably is one of the few personalities who's going to raise the pitch here. So that way it's huge. And just imagine the circumference, we were just talking from the west side. If you go to the east side, you take 10-15 minutes. The entire circumference of this stadium is more than a kilometer. So by that you can make out the magnitude of this stadium and the magnitude of the kind of performances we're going to see here. Roughly 70 to 80,000 tickets have been sold off. So you can understand the kind of euphoria this stadium is gearing up for.
All right.
The Olympic matches were held here, Avantika.
Yes, absolutely.
So, the world knows a lot about Wembley, but through this event, I think Wembley is going to find an all new meaning. Trust me.
All right, Anjana, stay with me. Another big event is, of course, the meeting with the Queen at Buckingham Palace, and Lavina will be joining us and telling us more about that. But just to stay with those visuals from Wembley Stadium, we can see participants there doing the final rehearsals before that grand event that is going to be taking on later in the day. Anjana, I did hear you speak to some of those participants, and they've been trained, interestingly, by Shamak Davar. If you could just tell us a little bit more about their training module, their training process, and for how long have they been rehearsing for this big day?
last 3 nights, some of them have not slept. Not just out of excitement, but also because the practicing skeds are very, very tedious for them. Because I was talking to this pipe band group which is performing. I was just talking to them the other day. They told me how these guys have not slept for 3 days. So there is a lot of excitement, but yeah, because their turn comes and everybody wants to do it after their work hours. So some of them have taken off for the last 2 days. Practicing round the clock, trying to orchestrate a beautiful show, because what you see behind me is a very the music and everything has been done to the last point of perfection, and that is why probably amazing amount of in fact, the children that you saw me talking to, they're school children, they're college-going kids who are all orchestrating this. So they're children of different age groups who are performing. And again, as I talk, I would like to show you the performances that are going to happen. So you're going to see Bharatnatyam, you're going to see Bhangra, you're going to see Gidda, all kinds of Indian dance forms over here. And Shamak Davar's group, the children, are also performing. So he and his group is performing separately, but Shamak Davar's group is performing separately, Avantika, is what I want to tell you. The other dance performances are all done by different groups, but they have been orchestrated together in such a way that the entire Indian feeling just comes across the stage. And a lot of Bollywood songs are going to be played, and a lot of patriotic numbers are going to be played, so you can understand the kind of energy and music we're going to see here.
Oh, absolutely, Anjana. And knowing, the Prime Minister is so famous for his oratorical skills and his charisma. Now, let me come to Lavina Tandon, who's outside Buckingham Palace. Lavina, that's also going to be a big, big event to watch out for. The Prime Minister meeting the Queen. Now, when the Chinese President Ling Jinping, along with his wife, met the Queen, he was accorded, a full-scale ceremonial welcome. But can we expect the same? Okay, I can see some interesting fans there next to you. Who are these people?
I'm already warming up, having tea with the Prime Minister. You see, you can see here I have got the Queen as well as the Prime Minister. Let me just get you the visual back. Just stay there. And let me get you the visual back. Can you see this? The Prime Minister and the Queen already.
Yes, we can. Lucky you, Lavina.
I'll get you closer. Very, very lucky. I'm already holding hands with the Prime Minister. He's hugging me. Prime Minister Modi, how do you feel about the Bihar elections? He's not answering. So there we are. I'm going to ask him a lot of questions. And we have the Queen here as well. If I turn the camera a little bit, we have the Queen here as well. But there's a message that these people are trying to actually say through dance and the Queen, and doing this mock act, which is Modi, Prime Minister Modi, go 100% clean. And this is the Awaz network, the Awaz not with W, but with we, and they are about climate change. And they are trying to get this message through. There's a dance performance here, and they would do the dance performance with us. I'll send you in a little bit and you will be able to see. But you can see that I'm already warming up in this great weather with the Queen and Prime Minister Modi sitting next to me. How is it happening? How do you like it?
Yeah, so there's a lot of such stuff happening outside Buckingham Palace. There's a lot of colour, a lot of people coming together to even give messages to him.
All right, Lavina, I will come to you. We're having a slight video glitch now. So, Lavina, they're just taking us through the kind of excitement that is building outside Buckingham Palace. And I was talking to my colleague Anjana Kashyap, who joined us from inside the Wembley Stadium, where hectic preparations are going on. It's going to be a big night there for the Indian British diaspora. It's going to for the Indian British community. We are expecting a crowd of 70,000 strong diaspora to converge and listen to the Prime Minister speak. He did receive a rockstar welcome at Madison Ground, and then once again at the Dubai Cricket Stadium, and then when he addressed the crowds at San Jose, and now the Prime Minister making his presence felt in United Kingdom. This is his first visit. Now, before all of this, he also has a very crucial meet with top industry leaders. The two sides are expected to sign a number of deals, which will be, of course, worth billions of dollars across defense, security, health, education and research. And as Smitha was telling us a short while back, the Prime Minister is being accompanied by a very high-powered business delegation who would be signing and inking those deals with their British counterparts. So all the updates coming in there for you right here on India Today. That was the Prime Minister, who also got a chance to spend the night at David Cameron's farmhouse at Chequers, and he had a nice walk in the morning with his British counterpart. They both took a morning stroll and discussed a lot of important issues, I'm assuming. But this visit by the Indian Prime Minister is assuming a lot of significance. Well, there has been a lot of opposition back home about the Prime Minister's comments on the so-called climate of intolerance that the country has witnessed of late. But for now, the Prime Minister seems to be undeterred and continues with his scheduled as planned. What would be interesting is to, really wait for the Prime Minister's address to the members of his country's community who would be there in huge presence to hear the Prime Minister speak at the Wembley Stadium. And as we've been telling you and showing you on our channel, all the reactions coming in from various people in London and what they feel about the Prime Minister's visit to United Kingdom for the first time. In fact, Anjana Kashyap, our correspondent who's there, did get a chance to speak to some of the performing artists who would be showcasing an event that they have planned for the Prime Minister at Wembley.
Great excitement at the Wembley Stadium. Even before, you can see how people are queuing up early in the morning to secure their seats at the Wembley Stadium. It's hours before Prime Minister Narendra Modi reaches here. But you can see the excitement here. People coming in, performers coming in, people to be seated coming in. You can see the excitement as people hold the Tiranga here and the country's flag. Okay. What is the sense of excitement I want to get from all of you?
Massive. We've been planning this. It's been in the media for months, and you will see a massive reaction today in the stadium. Everybody is so excited from the Indian diaspora and across the world as well.
You've been managing the social media. I really want to get your word in because I've heard there's going to be a very tech-savvy performance that's going to happen inside.
Yeah, we have a 220 WhatsApp group, and we are trying to make the whole UK saffron color. Yes. All right.
Let's say the tricolour.
Yeah.
Let's say the tricolour.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the stadium's looking fantastic. I was there yesterday in the inside. To see the fireworks there today is going to be the biggest firework display ever. So we're really looking forward to that. And we're looking forward to see Prime Minister Modi speaking to us in the UK.
That's the question I want to get to. Prime Minister Modi. It's the Indian feeling, India, the tricolour, everything. But how much does the Modi charisma, the masala add to it?
Definitely, he's so charismatic. He's like a rock star. So it's a rock star welcome.
Oh, yes, the rock.
You can see Modi charisma in the evening. Yeah. How's the people, how's the crowd here? All UK waiting for the only Modi.
Excited voices there ahead of the Prime Minister's address at Wembley's, which is, of course, United Kingdom's largest stadium. It is also an iconic structure for the people of United Kingdom. It has hosted a number of high-profile events. In fact, the stadium does boast of several restaurants, bars. It has a huge capacity. It can accommodate up to 90,000 people. So one can just expect the kind of crowds that we will get to see. In fact, the roof is over 11 acres, of which 4 of the acres are retractable. So the rows of seating also, if placed end to end, would stretch about 54 kilometers. I'm also getting to hear right now that the meeting with CEOs has already begun. So that crucial meet with industry bigwigs and the Prime Minister has begun. We're trying to get in our correspondent and get an update as to when exactly did this meeting begin and for how long will it continue. Now, this is a crucial meeting. The Prime Minister is definitely, marking his presence there to the United Kingdom in an effort to boost investment for India. He is going to be holding bilateral talks with his British counterpart, David Cameron, which he has been in the last one and a half day. And today he's meeting with industry leaders. He's having a talk with them along with his own team, clearly in an attempt to boost trade and investment between India and the UK. So clearly the Prime Minister seeking to strengthen Indo-UK economic ties. So, well, we will try and get in our reporters in just a short bit.
Ni pa ma ga sa ni pa ma ni sa pa sa जहाँ तक यादें याद आती रहेगी